And today I'm doing what if Woody was chosen by Leafy for the grapes in Bfdi 1, which means Rocky is on the cherries. In episode 1, I think he would probably shoot Woody on the boat to try and help him out in his fear. Clooney still sends him into a tree. Leafy still gets blown away, and Clooney still gets snapped up. What's happened? I think Ice Cube would still get knocked away, but I don't think Woody would have enough time to rip the rope before Pin does. So Pin gets a win token, and the grapes are UFA. So Leafy, Coiny, Ice Cube, Needle, Teardrop, Snowball, and Tennis Ball as well now all got no votes. And safe with 1 vote is Woody and Sam, whoever Sam is. I don't need to explain further now. It's the same bottom too, with GB vs Flower. Flower goes ham. Episode 2, I don't think that switching would change much. Rocky and Woody are not going to make it to the end. I think all it changes is absolutely nothing. So the cherries still lose. It could be slightly interesting to see how this goes without Woody. Bubble, Eraser, Pen and Pencil get no votes. Match, Fiery, Blocky, Pin got 1. Spongy is here for the same reason as in Canon. And Rocky's here because he does literally nothing. And he doesn't have his vomit yet. However, Spongy also does literally nothing. However, I'm going to say this is going to be a tie. So, the tiebreaker is a contestant vote. I'm going to say the line, however, I'm going to say, I think these 4 and Spongy vote Rocky, and the other 5 vote Spongy, so tiebreaker contest time between Spongy and Rocky. Yeah, Spongy wins the tiebreak. Rocky is out. In the next wait, let's see what the Bfdi's challenge was. Oh wait, it was the test. Woody no longer gets sent flying the pin. And Spongy actually can do something this time. Which probably includes accidentally sitting on the test answers. I still think that Blocky also without Rocky here, Tennis Ball also does the test. Woody, with the help of Leafy, at least manages to start it. Yeah, it's the cherries are up for definite. And since, like I said, Blocky and Pen wouldn't cheat, and them along with Spongy would now actually get a score. This could be interesting. Well, Pencil, Bubble, Pen and Eraser got no votes. Well, Fiery, Blocky and Pen have won. Pen is mean, and Spongy actually did something in this episode, like stopping his team from cheating. However, Pin wouldn't be seen as mean without Woody, which I think means Spongy is out. In the cake challenge, I can't remember the scores for the cakes. What I do remember is the cherries win, and Pin gets a win token. Needle got one in episode 2, and Golf Ball in episode 3. However, I'm not sure if Woody would chip in the chocolate balls or not. Well, I think his whole Leafy thing will cause them to do the chocolate balls and knock their stack over, along with Coiny. And yes, this is so I don't have to deal with the free team phase, but I do think Woody could knock the stack. Anyway, on to episode 4's elimination. And I don't think Golf Ball and Needle will use their win token. And I think this episode, all but 2 get a vote. Those 2 will be Leafy and Teardrop. So Ice Cube, Needle, and Tennis Ball are safe with 1 vote, and Coiny. Between Golf Ball, Snowball and Woody, it's hard to decide, but I think Woody would be safe because of his arc with Leafy. Between Snowball and Golf Ball, I'm going to say Snowball because his meanness gets some more hate than Golf Ball's bossiness, particularly in season 1. The teams are even for episode 5 since Snowball was gone for a Bridges break. Which means everyone gets an attempt at crossing. However, I think Fiery would burn the first bridge he tried to cross. And I think everyone else would manage to make it, which puts the grapes up by 1 and the cherries down by 1. So, in the cherries elimination, Pencil's the only one without any votes. Then for the next one, safe, Bubble, Match, Pen, Eraser, Blocky. The reason Fiery's here is he did cause his team to lose, which is most likely where that one vote came from in episode 2. And Pin's here because she's mean. Yeah, Pin loses. Also, not to mention, Pen wouldn't have had as many votes if it wasn't for episode 3. And that whole thing doesn't happen anymore because Spongy sits on the answers. Right. The 3 teams challenge doesn't work anymore because it's now 7 to 8. So, I'm going to have to form a team slightly weirdly. Since I'm going to say that the Grapes, the Blocky, Eraser and Pen are a team, Match Pencil and Bubble are a team, TB, GB and Leafy, TB, GB and Woody are a team to deal with that problem. Leafy, Connie and Needle are a team. I've counted someone twice because now I've only got Teardrop and Fiery. No, so I'll put them in the order of their teams. So that's one team, that's another. That's a team. This is another. And these two go with Fire. I think that in the end, I think that Needle, Coiny and Icy still lose. Needle still uses her win token. Also, for the bridge challenge, and who will be first to cross, I'm going to say Needle. But just like Pin, she has a spare win token and is eliminated. So you can only use one at once. Episode 7's jigs are is just a question of if Blocky and just Blocky no, it is the jigsaw's upside down, but I think that the Greats still finish first, but because of Fiery being, Woody, being scared of Fiery, I think they would instead choose Pen for their team. This kind of brings the whole in things thing, and the Greats still get the rejoiner, which isn't Rocky or Flower or Pin or Snowball or Needle. I think people would choose Bun G because all the others have a reason not to vote for them. Well, Spongy does as well, but he did slightly more than Rocky did. And Needle normally wouldn't, but she just got out. And this is still 15 contestants. So, I'm gonna have... I know I said earlier I wasn't going to do 3 teams, but I'm doing it. Right, so now we have the moon. There's going to have to be some slight changes. The grapes get to pick first. Ice cubes first. The name's Captain can no longer be Rocky. So it's Spongy instead. Spongy picks Teardrop. Leafy picks Coiny. Spongy picks Tennis Ball. Leafy picks Woody. Spongy picks Golf Ball. Leafy gets Pen. And Spongy decides to bring the Fiery from the cherries, meaning the cherries looks like that. And without Snowball, the grapes can actually do the challenge. And I'm going to put them in first. Then the cherries, because of Fiery's fear of heights, which means the names are UFV. Tennis Ball, Teardrop, and Spongy, because he recently rejoined, are safe. And I think this is easy. Icy and Woody, for obvious reasons, vote GB. Pen and Cotton is vote Fiery because she's bossy. And Leafy picks Golf Ball because Fiery burns things, possibly that they don't want to burn. Without Rocky, the snowball things don't happen. The names get first. And the cherries are now in last. Pencil, Bubble and Eraser are safe. And yeah, Block is gone, they pick Match. Right. I think Coiny will still be stupid this episode. And I think I'll still accidentally kill Ice Cube. Golf Ball and Tennis Ball would probably both fall off. I think Bubble would still accidentally be popped, this time by Eraser. Spongy would have his balloon popped. And then the remaining contestants target the remaining grapes, putting the cherries in first, the names in second, and the grapes in first. This timeline is a lot more even on the losses, isn't it? Right. Pen tiny. You two are safe. And I don't think GB would have had time to do much in the episode since she fell off. So she is safe. And that was nice, cute. So, are the cherries going to pick Leafy or Woody? Pencil will probably point out that the merge is basically here, which will lead them to all vote Woody because they'd rather have a Woody in the merge than Leafy. Speaking of the merge, I'm moving everyone to the bottom row. Deleting these rows. And I can't be bothered with points. It will go wrong, so the merge is not just worst at the challenge. In the ladder contest, I think G would come up with a way up, which tennis ball will also use. So they will be safe, but without Leafy, I'm going to have to add a row below. And this is unit F8. I think Icy will do the worst. I think Spongy will also do badly. As for the other two, I think Bubble is going to be up for elimination. And I'm going to say a Woody is barely beaten out by TAB and GB. The first one safe is Bubble, and after that we have Ice Cube. Without Leafy here, Woody doesn't have much going on, and Spongy has never had much going on. However, I think Woody would, because of the arc with Leafy before Leafy went, would still be doing a bit more than Spongy, eliminating him. Right. The ball contest. Instead, now with a maroon ball, will instead be a 10-minute wait penalty. I think Eraser is still last. Bubble is also still up for elimination. And I can't remember the rest of the scores, but without Rocky, I think Tennis Ball would do the next worst. And I'm going to say Golf Ball doesn't do too well either. Tennis Ball is safe, and so is Bubble. Yeah, Golf Ball was basically guaranteed out there. Sorry, Golf Ball. And yeah, spoiler alert, it's the rejoin now, and Golf Ball is still going to do badly. However, I don't think Spongy would do as well, because I think Fiery would set him on fire halfway through the challenge. And I think Fiery is also going to drown in the thread and burn it, which means that it's going to have to end early with Flower coming back. In hurdles, Eraser still does the worst. then Pen. And since Spongy and Leafy don't have a chat, they don't fall here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So when we get to the next episode, I'm doing bottom 3s. Not bottom 4s. So it's mostly up to who will fall first. Woody, Teardrop, Ice Cube, or Pencil. I'm going to say that Teardrop is hit, and I think Woody will manage to survive slightly longer than Pencil by grabbing the hurdle. So Teardrop and Eraser are safe. Pedabdot is just happens to be here, and Pencil's here because of the 0 vote thing. Yeah, it's her. However, I would say that's probably a slightly less obvious one than quite a few of the others. It's an instant merge. Right, now we're doing bottom 3s. I think Woody and Teardrop both do the bath bag. Wait, I'm going to use a UFE for bath bag and merge for Taco. And since we can't get that to 3, the 2 worst in each contest goes home. Taco. 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 Echo. Yeah, this lineup is completely different. Mostly because of the 3-team phase. Now eliminating 2 of the finalists in canon. So I think the 2 worst in the taco challenge, since Pen doesn't cheat, I think is just going to do badly. And I don't think Flower will make a very good taco. As for the bath bag, I'm going to say TD and Woody. Which puts Pen, Drop, Woody, and Flower. But yeah, this is obvious. For the same reason as in the canon eliminations, Flower was eliminated, and I think the safe order would be Teardrop, Woody, Pen. The bowling challenge is next. And now we've only got 2 armless contestants. And since I'm not doing the whole subtracting points thing, because it isn't points, whoever hits the most will get to choose who's eliminated. I think, gets to choose the 3 who lose. I'm going to say Teardrop hits the most pins, and she chooses Pen, Eraser, and Match. pen and erase that some people would find boring. And match is voices enough. I'm going to say eraser and pen survive. Frisbee time. Eraser and pen obviously go together. In the original, I'm sure there was 5 pairs, misremembering. Ice cube and bubble go together. CB and teardrop go together, leaving Coiny and Woody. So it's going to be the 2 worst pairs. So we have to do the bottom half this time. And then, actually, yeah, I'm going to keep it with that. I think, just like in Canon, Ice Cube and Bubble don't finish. And I think Coiny and Woody would be just a bit too slow. However, it's the debut. Now, David still debuts. And as for the elimination, the 5 not UFE contestants would vote like, 4, and it's David, would vote like this. Teardrop and Tennis Ball would vote Coiny, because he barely ever loses, and only lost this time because of Woody. And Eraser and Pen would vote Woody, because they just find him annoying. I think Coiny would jump the ledge first. So Woody is out. And it's the staring contest time. And the winner gets to choose the UFE contestants. Then I'm going to do some random jumping about, which puts these as the pairs. I think Coiny beats Pen, Teardrop beats Tennis Ball, Ice Cube beats Bubble because of the spring shoes, and David beats Eraser. David beats Bubble, Teardrop beats Pen, and I think Teardrop beats David because I think she'll be similar to Pen's Link Kennel and just not blink. So she's going to pick Coiny, David. Actually, no, not David, because she'd know she'd get eliminated and goes to get someone who's been in longer eliminated. So she'll pick Coiny, Tennis Ball, and Eraser to lose in episode 19's challenge. And Coiny is eliminated, and Eraser and Tennis Ball are safe. Coiny is just up for elimination last, so they have less chances to get rid of him. Unicycle time. And the UFE is now going to say Immy. Un. Without Spongy, they can't bounce, so they're gonna have to grab the wall. So Bubble, David make it. And then Eraser gets the third spot. Bubble picks Ice Cube. Now for the elimination. Tennis ball is safe. Pen doesn't do that much if he's not with Eraser and Blocky. And Teardrop is silent and doesn't do much, but she would show a bit more personality since she isn't eliminated so early. I'm going to go for Pen getting eliminated, but I think it could be close for any of them going home. Space challenge. And the person who's immune gets to pick someone to be immune with them. Icy still gets hit by an asteroid, but no one gets abducted by aliens this time. I think TD and Tennis Ball would be smart to move top bubble. I think Teardrop would reach bubble first, though. And then I think David is going to shoot Tennis Ball. Then Eraser goes into the black hole. And I think Teardrop will shoot David and pick Ice Cube to be with her. Right. The eliminated contestant vote is going to be hard. Since Ice Cube got immunity, the snowball thing doesn't happen. I think most people would probably pick David because they don't know who David is. There's probably going to be some outliers, but I think David will get enough to go home. Right. The rejoin is next. And since they just got out, Pen and Coiny aren't rejoining. And Flower and Spongy have rejoined, so they're not rejoining. Golf Ball, Snowball, Pin and Blocky aren't rejoining. And I think it's going to be really close all over the place in the middle. But I think the final two will be Leafy and Rocky because he barely got to do anything. And Fiery because some people didn't think he deserved to go. I'm going to say Fiery. With Leafy getting more than Rocky. As for the long jump, Teardrop will go to Yoyland this time. Putting those 5 up for elimination. Bubble, Fiery and Tennis Ball are safe. Eraser and Ice Cube just happened to be the bottom. And Ice Cube is more bottom. So, the next challenge is the volcano. Without Flower here, Wait, I can't I've just realised I've forgotten what happens in the volcano before it erupts. But I think in this time, Land, Teardrop and Fiery would just be able to swim through the lava because Teardrop's water and Fiery's fire. And I think Fiery would escape first. Also, no Fiery and Flower speaker boxes. Right. Tennis Ball and Bubble are safe. Again, Eraser and Teardrop are both boring to some people, but I think the more boring one is Eraser. Final four. It's the last challenge before the finale, and without Leafy here to delete the pole, well, Tennis Ball can't climb it. And he'd still be stuck at episode 2 because he can't climb. Fiery wins immunity to the final four. I'm going to say Bubble is safe, and then Tennis Ball. TD is eliminated for reasons I explained when Eraser got out. Right. Fiery, Tennis Ball, and Bubble are the finalists. But because Fiery rejoined, he's going in third. A similar thing that happened with Pizza involved the objects being a rejoin. In the finale is not good. And I think Bubble, because of the alliance, would get more votes, putting Tennis Ball in second. I'm gonna have to rename TLC to a limb order. And I just switched something about. I think that was it. Let me look. Three teams. I think Pencil was actually eliminated before Woody. Actually, no, I think it was there. I've lost where Pencil was eliminated. I remember that the top half was about match, I think. Before the rejoins, 21st, 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th. So that's halfway. 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. And I'm going to look back through and put in a pinned comment the actual placement of Pencil. Anyway, bye.